Hey, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and do a little demo for you on your final project. So let me share my screen. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, so let me go over to InDesign. And I was just playing a little bit here. So let me start a brand new one. Oh, I did have one already started here. Okay, so the first thing, let me set my glasses on here. The first thing that you do want to do is make sure layer-wise, probably going to need about 6 or 7 layers. So then I'm going to go ahead and name these. That's just background. And then I kind of do background image too, which goes kind of on top of the background. And then color bars. And let's say images. And copy. We want captions. And I would say headlines. Okay, so we've got those all set up. Now notice what I have out here. Let me pop me down here into the bottom. Notice what I have here. I've got my swatch panel. I've got my character panel for text. The links are right here. Now these links, I can put them into here, okay? Because the links, every time I add an image, it'll pop in here as a link. So then I'm going to take this back. I'm going to put it down. So that is my workspace. And as long as I'm happy with that, and I am, I'm going to call this new workspace. And I'm just calling it my final. Okay. So now you can see swatches, character, layers, links. And let's see, what's this one down here? Oh, that's just link info. Okay, so let me go a little smaller here. Now, as you recall, let me go into our shell here for our class. And okay, so here we are in module 14, just so you guys remember where this is. Okay, so we are in this last module right here. And so what I have here are just 2 JPEGs that show what this looked like. Okay, there's a color bar, and then this is our class, a CDN 107 Intro to Digital. So no matter which way you fold this brochure, that's going to show. This was a design I did for my cover. This is required copy. You need to have your name. And we'll get into this later, but this is a little bit of an overview for the course and then for each of the software programs that we learned. Again, on the inside, CDN 107, CDN 107, this intro to digital. So you know you can make one and copy it 3 times. And then down here, this is Illustrator, this part is Photoshop, and this part is InDesign in here. And I also put this in. We are working in a document that's 2 pages, 17 by 11, 2 pages, uncheck facing. Yes, you'll start with page 1, and then 3 columns, a 0.5 gutter, 0.37 for your margins. This is the link that if you put that number in here and click this, it'll go in all 4. The same with your bleed. This is a little area on the outside that shows this red line beyond the image area. It's 0.125, okay? And so then I added this in here so you could see down on the bottom, front, that's page 1, folds right over the back, which is 6. This is 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's all in there. Let me get out and come back to this. So let's say I decide that I would like in my background to have a color with a gradient. So I lay my shape in the background. I'm using my rectangle. And what do I have forward here? Maybe I want blue, except instead of a solid blue, maybe I want to come over here to Object, go to Effects, come down to Gradient Feather. Now, right away, it went, as this bar goes, from top to bottom, or from side to the strength there. Now, if I change this, you can see it changes how this falls. I'm going to do it straight up. Okay, actually, if I put 90 in here, there we go. Now that's straight up. Say okay. So that one's all set. And maybe if I like that one, I'm going to hit Command C, and then I'm going to come down here, Command V. So there's my second one. Let me go back to this arrow and pop this down. Now, I don't know that I'm going to keep it this color, but for now, that's kind of a nice consistency. Was I in the proper layer? Doesn't look like it. Here, let's see. I got to pull this forward. So right now, I've got these two. Let me pop this down and put that on the background right here. Okay, and then this one too. Okay, so there's my background on both of these, and I could go ahead and actually lock it so that those aren't going to move on me. Now, my next background image, maybe I'm going to say, okay, maybe on my background image, I want to do something like maybe use the pen tool. I'm going to go up here, here, over to here, and then maybe I want it to kind of, and I'm making a closed shape. So now I just made a shape in here. Perhaps I would like to fill that with something. Let's see, what do I want to fill it with? Well, I'll try this. No, maybe I like this one. This is a pattern we didn't do, but you can put whatever pattern you want in there. So there, I just filled that with my Bezier pattern that I had. And further, maybe I find that's a little busy. So instead, I've got it selected. And now I'm going to come down to Effects, Transparency. I'm going to knock this back. So I've got a little less strength. I mean, because that's a pretty strong pattern. There we go. Took it down to 25. So say I like that for my background. And where is that? There it is on my background image. Let me put it on this one too. There it is, except I'm going to pull this down right here. I would like to flop it for the other side. So let me come in here to Effects. Oh no, wait, Transform. Transform. Let's flop it horizontal. Okay. And I don't know why, but it's like you flop it and it pops way over there. So let's get this into place. I'm using my arrow key. There we go, to pop that down. So it's going to kind of join. This is the inside. This is the outside. Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to design something with a little bit of consistency here. So let me pop myself back up over here as I'm building this. Let me go to the color bars. Now in my color bars, they're going to be basically the same. on both sides of the document. But I'm going to come all the way out to the bleed, right to here. Okay, and now I got to pick a color that I want to fill that with. Oh, I don't know. I'll just pick green, or is that better? Well, maybe that's better. Okay, and then I want to come down and do another one lower down. That's going to also have some information on it here. Okay, and I'll do the same thing. So that's blue right there. Okay. Now I am going to want to have the same thing further down here. So let me just lay that into position. And then this one. This might be better, a different color. I think it's a little bit lost in there. Let's see. Yeah, I just changed it to green. I think that might work better. Okay, so now I'm going to flop back to the one that I had before, this one. So you can see I had a little bit of a shape in the background here, although I knocked it back in color here. So it not only was a gradient, it also, the gradient was a lot less than what I had. And then I put some imagery in the background here that I was building on. Now this was my color bar up at the top and the bottom. And actually, you know, I don't get why this, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to come back up and I'm just going to lift this here up to the top. And this one too. Okay. And that is where, am I on the right one? Oh, this was the one I was working on. Okay. So let me take this and bring this up to the top. Okay, and then this one too. And I'm going to hit my shift key because it goes a little faster when you're raising it up. And I'm going to hit Command Save. Now I've got to put copy in here, which will be CDN 100, Intro to Digital, and then I'll copy it here and here. So basically what I want to do is come in here. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, let's draw. All right, so this is going to be paper colored, and CDN 107 Intro to Digital. Now that's the name of our class, but you know, that's a pretty tiny piece of text there. It's only 12 point. Let's pop that up to about, let's try 18. 18 I think is still going to be a little too small. We're going to go up to 24. And instead of Minion, yeah, I think I'm going to go with Arial Black. I think it's a little beefier. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So now I'm going to take that and I'm just going to copy that here. And let's see, we will bring a line down here because I think that's going to work. Pop that down. So I've got this on this line right here, on this line right here. And then one more right here. Move it down to that line. Now let me go a little bit smaller. Okay, so those are my headlines. You know, guys, I just did it again. I started working on this And I did it on the color bars. Let's put that up onto the headlines. So there's our headlines right there. And because I've got all three of those there, I might as well copy them and put them down here as well. Okay, so Command Save. And so guys, that is where I would like you to be, so that you've designed some sort of a background. You've got your document laid out. You put your color bars in, and you put some sort of image in there. Remember, I use the pen tool for that. So I'm going to do another video that's going to show the next steps. So stay tuned, okay? All right, guys.